Hello everyone, my name is Alejandra Casortoneda, and today we'll explain the role of historical, comparative, and descriptive linguistics and how these branches will help us understand language dynamic, language attitudes, and English language teaching. First, what is linguistics? Linguistics is the scientific study of language. It examines how language will develop, change, and function, and each branch will provide a different perspective on how people communicate. Understanding these areas will allow those teachers and learners how to appreciate the complexity and diversity of language around the world. The role of these branches in language dynamics and global activities. Language is constantly changing because society, culture, and technology evolve over time. New are created, pronunciation shift, and also grammatical structures may become more easier or more complex. Contact between different cultures also influences language through borrowing words and expressions. Along with these changes, people develop attitudes, and these attitudes will change or are often considered more prestigious than others in specific languages, or like with regional accents and dialects, it may be like unfairly judged. Linguistics teaches us that every language and dialect follows systematic rules and has equal value. This understanding encourages respect for linguistic diversity and promotes more inclusive communication. Historical comparative linguistics. Historical and comparative linguistics are closely related because both studies the language development and relationship. Historical linguistics will focus on how languages change over time. It examines the change in pronunciation, vocabulary, grammar, and meaning to explain the evolution of the language. And comparative linguistics, on the other hand, will compare two or more languages to identify their similarities and differences. By comparing the words, grammatical structures, some patterns, and it will help us understand or determine whether a language share a common origin and classify as families. For instance, in the example, English words such as father, mother, and brother are similar to the German words father, mother, and brother, showing that both languages belong to the Germanic language family. Descriptive linguistics. Descriptive linguistics has a different purpose in here. Instead of studying how language changes over time or comparing different languages, it describes how people will actually use the language in everyday communication. It observes the pronunciation, grammar, the vocabulary, and the meaning without judging. Yes, without judging the form if it's correct or incorrect. For example, standard English uses like the sentence I don't have any when some informal varieties use like ain't got noun. Descriptive linguistics studies both forms as natural examples of language use and recognizes that different dialects reflect the identity and culture of the speakers, right? That being like some people may say inferior or incorrect. Importance in English language teaching (ELT). These three branches are highly valuable in English language teaching because they will help us teachers like understand better our students and the way they will process the information. Historical linguistics enables teachers to explain why English contains like irregular spellings, pronunciation patterns, and also how the vocabulary will influence other languages. Comparative linguistics will help teachers anticipate the similarities and differences between English uh, and students' first language, like Spanish and English. making it easier to us to explain common learning difficulties and reduce the interference that the language will have. Descriptive linguistics will encourage our students and ourselves as teachers to respect different accents and dialects, creating a classroom environment that will value linguistic diversity and support effective intercultural mm, competence by helping students appreciate different cultures and in a way of speaking. Now, in conclusion, languages will evolve constantly. Historical linguistics explain language change, comparative linguistics study the relationship between the languages, descriptive linguistics analyze real language use, and together they improve language teaching and promote linguistic diversity and acceptance. That's everything. Here are the references. Thank you.